Sleep. You should take it with you.
Okay, okay.
Studio 334, episode 2. Clap it right there in the center too.
Oh, okay, do it again.
Just clap it, or you want me to say it said call it again right here in the center, so I want to make sure they might speak.
The show is going down.
It's going down. I know.
Studio 334, episode 2.
Oh, we official.
All right.
Hi, I'm Nichole Thompson, welcoming you back to Studio 334. Thank you for hanging out with us. You all have been amazing. We are back at it with some new guests, some more topics, and continuing this conversation about a new Montgomery, entrepreneurship, talent, the spirit of the city. And we're so excited for this new energy downtown tonight.
And tonight, we're talking new business, economic growth, and how Montgomery is evolving. And we have two very special guests that we'll be discussing that with tonight.
Absolutely. My pleasure to bring up the new Director of Economic Development, Mr. Frank Robinson.
Drum roll, yes.
There we
He
go.
needs his theme music.
There we go.
Yes.
There we go. Frank, welcome to the city.
Thank
Welcome
you,
to the
Frank.
show.
Thank you.
Absolutely. We're so excited to have you on.
Thank you.
So I have the privilege, Frank, of asking you, two truths and a lie. So we did the last segment of this or that.
Okay.
So this segment will be two truths and a lie.
All right.
All right.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
This is going to be fun.
Yeah.
So
This is going to be fun.
I will give out 3 statements, and you have to tell us what's true and what's the lie.
Okay.
Have you, well, I will take have you off. I'll say Frank is an accomplished DJ. Frank is or has spent time in South America as a child. Frank is a marathon runner. Doo, 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 doo. Okay, what's the truth and what's the lie?
The truth is, I am a DJ.
What?
Okay.
I was going to say the marathon runner. Okay.
Yeah, well, your husband will know that I'm a sprinter. I never really did.
That's, you guys
Not-
ran track
Yeah, we ran
together.
track
You
together.
sure did.
Yeah,
You
so,
did.
yeah, I do DJ. I've done it for 20 years. It's just my hobby. It's one of the things I like.
Wow.
Okay.
Every time you tell me that, I get excited. Like, we need you on the ones and the twos.
So
Very soon.
What do you play? Like what's your genre? Is it everything or?
It's a lot of things. Hip hop is one of my things, and R&B and old school
Okay.
stuff. Those are my main things. But I've mixed a lot of stuff at a lot of different places for a lot of different people. So-
Wow. So
So
now we know where the party is.
So Congressman Shamari said, do not judge him for Bootsy
Right.
Kurt.
and Kirk
And
Franklin.
Kirk Franklin.
So I think you can mix
How
it
the
off.
two
Right.
pair together. That's right.
So
Wow.
what was the other truth?
South America.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went to Panama, Central America, and when I was young. So those are the truths. Yeah.
Wow.
I love
That's
that.
fantastic.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. That is great. So, like, there was a third one, wasn't there? Did we do our
That was not the truth. He was not a marathon runner. He was,
Marathon.
he's a sprinter and not
That's
a
right.
runner.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. That's right. All right. So, Brandon, excuse me, Nicholas. Nick, give us one. Give us two truths.
2 truths and a lie.
Yes.
Oh boy. Why you put me on the spot?
I'm sorry.
You're okay. You're okay.
All
I
right.
still love you. 2 truths and a lie. Okay, so 3 statements. I
I
got you. I had a let's see. Okay, I've had 6 shoulder surgeries.
Okay.
I have recorded a rap song,
what?
and I have been to Africa. Okay.
All right.
What's your guess? What's your guess? What you think the lie?
That's hard.
I'm going to bank on the shoulder surgeries. You look
You
like
think
you're
that's
an
a lie?
athletic. No, well, I'm sorry. I think that's the truth.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You look athletic and like maybe you played some ball in the past. Is that right?
Maybe.
Okay. All right. So tell us.
The lie is that I've been to Africa. I've never been to Africa.
Okay.
I've had 6 shoulder surgeries. Have recorded a rap song, which no one in this room will ever get to hear.
Come on, man.
Please.
Never.
I was about to say, let me find it right now.
We got a DJ right here ready to spin it, Nick.
No, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Frank, I know you have his song.
Probably do somewhere.
It's buried. That was
Oh
so
my
sweet.
God.
No, there's no way.
We'll dig
Can't
it up.
find it.
We'll dig it up.
Okay.
All right, so what's next? Am I supposed to do 2 truths and a lie?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Oh my God.
Uh-oh.
My life is wild. I'm a Nigerian princess. I've been kidnapped twice, almost kidnapped twice,
That's all.
and I've run a marathon.
All right. So,
No, you don't get to answer. You don't get to answer.
Okay,
Nick, you
I'm
can
gonna
answer.
sit this one
Richard,
out.
you can answer.
I'm
You're
gonna sit this one out.
That's,
because you know my life story.
Those first 2.
I do.
I'm stuck between Nigerian princes and kidnapped twice. I'm ready to call MPD. Okay. The lie is wait, kidnapped twice?
I'm in agreement. I think that one's the lie. I think.
Let's say marathon.
You think marathon?
Frank knows me well. I've only run a half marathon.
Okay.
I've been almost kidnapped twice, and I am a Nigerian princess.
Nicole, are you okay?
You're right.
You have security detail? Is this
Right.
what all the police are for now?
I have been
Make sure
frustrated.
that-
Basically.
I was almost kidnapped twice. Like,
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Look at Jen. Jen is looking.
Yep.
That's an inside joke.
Was it you? Was it you?
Recently.
Recently.
Wow, okay.
Recently.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, Joe.
All right. So, and this is going to sound crazy. Couple of different things. So, when I was 22 and a new nurse, I performed a physical on a killer whale at the Baltimore Aquarium.
Okay.
I'm a great dancer.
I cannot
We've
answer.
heard enough.
Nope.
And number 3, I just learned how to do the boots to the ground dance over the weekend. Okay.
So which one is the lie? Y'all have to guess.
Yes.
I just don't think you could dance, Jeff. The way you said it.
You got
I
it.
just don't think.
Joe is one body roll and that's it.
Snake.
As long as you're having a good time.
Yeah, you could be the start to the reel, and yeah, just move on
Yeah,
by
that's
real
it.
fast.
Just,
'Cause
you
that's-
know, yeah, I'm not a great dancer. So, but the truth is, I did perform a physical on a killer whale at the Baltimore Aquarium,
That is
stethoscope and all, and it was a huge killer whale. So that's my
love
truth.
How was that experience?
Oh my God, it was so much fun. I was scared to death, but it was so much fun.
That's
So
what's
I
up.
was a new nurse then.
Yeah.
And so I felt like I could just do anything. And I guess I kind of did with a killer whale. I had my little stethoscope on this.
That could
Now,
only
when your
happen to
kids
the
do
new
some
nurse.
wild stuff, don't be surprised.
I'm going to cheer them on.
Richard.
All right, Richard.
2 truths and a lie. All right. I am, addicted to Harry Potter.
I don't know. You might be.
Let's see. Love the country, love to get on tractors and,
That's the truth.
you know,
Yeah,
That's the truth.
That's
and,
true. That's the truth.
and let's see. I'm gonna spotlight Nick. I'm like, let's see.
One more. One
one
more.
more.
One more.
One more. One more. Okay, let's see.
All right.
Time's up.
Time's up.
Time's up.
I think they're both true.
So I know that he likes the country.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like the country.
Yeah, I like the country.
Okay.
What?
So what was the
The
okay?
Harry Potter.
The Harry Potter is
Yeah.
not true?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. My wife took me 2 weeks ago to see the movie. I think I fell asleep the first time.
Oh,
I'm going back.
You have too much going on to get sucked into an entire universe. You know what I
Right,
mean?
that's
There's
right.
just too
There we
much
go.
going on.
There we go.
Too much going on.
That is
I
so
think,
funny.
we have one more guest we got to get in. on
Yeah,
this, right?
we got one more guest. Let's bring up Brandon with Paradigm Lounge,
Woo!
new to the city.
Hey.
Yes.
Right, come on, Brandon. What's up?
Man,
Doing?
I love those sleeves. Hold them up. Can I see them? Let me see. Oh,
Okay,
I like it. SEC from Incredible Hulk.
Got the Paradigm logo on the Apple Watch.
Wow.
There you go.
Okay, now I have
There
a
you
question.
Tell us
Okay.
what is Paradigm. Tell us what Paradigm is.
So my business partner Brandon Love, he came up with the name actually, but if you look up the definition, paradigm means like the example, the model, new perspective, set of ideas. So we just wanted to bring something different to Montgomery, somewhere that the grown and sexy crowd can go out and not have to worry about looking over your shoulder or anything like that. Just, good vibes, having a good time. So
Where are you located?
we are literally right around the corner from here. We're on 82 Commerce Street. It was formerly the Blue Room in the past. A lot of people know that was a staple in the city, right above the old Soulater, which we have plans for that as well in the future. So y'all stay tuned.
Awesome.
Okay, awesome. So now it's your turn. 2 truths, 1 lie.
All right. I was a star baseball player in high school. I used to be a rapper. And I don't like that you laugh like that, but and I was born in Germany.
Hmm.
Okay, okay.
Who's taking a stab at it?
I think he was a baseball player.
Am I supposed to answer with? That's actually not true. I was actually,
Oh, so that was a lie.
even though I had to jump into this chair because I have short legs and I'm short, I was actually a basketball player.
Really?
I'm not gonna say I was a star, but I was really good.
Can you dunk? You
I
dunk?
cannot. I could grab rim. But yeah.
Okay.
So I think it's me and Brandon versus Frank and Richard 2-on-2 after this, right?
Right, what you say? I got the height. I know.
You got the J's on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could. He's ready. You came ready. You came ready.
Rebound, I can do whatever. We'll win.
So Frank, early on, Jennifer would always count down the number of days that you've been in Montgomery. Jen would say like you're 65 days old. And so we've lost track because
So have I.
I have too,
Yeah.
but we're so excited. I'm excited that you're here. Tell us about your role in the city and what your vision is for Montgomery as an economic developer.
Yeah, thank you. So I know I've been over 6 months, so that's the baseline. But it's it's an exciting time to be here. Our role in economic development is, in a nutshell, to kind of promote the city and to recruit businesses, to recruit investments into the city. And so that is by way of quality of life. So I have a lot to do with the quality of life. So I'm glad to hear that you're opening things here. We have a lot to do with housing. So this city is in need of different types of housing. And so we're doing a lot around that. We need to recruit some other businesses here. So we've done good with the industrial. We've done good with the Metas and the Facebooks, but we need some other types of businesses. We need to recruit more technology businesses, accounting businesses, some regional offices here. And also downtown is a big priority. And so making sure that we get our downtown together and all those things. So that in a nutshell, that's what I'm doing. And we want the city to prosper. We want it to prosper, and we want it to be a city for everybody. And so that means that we have to make those key investments. We have to do some of the big investments that we may have been afraid to do, but we got some synergy now, so we're working on that.
I love that. And I love that you came in, you jumped in, and we jumped in the boat with you. And we're just like, lead us, show us, and we're going to bring our skills and talent. But in the last segment, we talked about a new Montgomery. We talked about a Montgomery where you worked and played, lived downtown. Marche gave a great stat that she wanted to see, I think, over 2,000 people living downtown.
Right.
While we know that's going to take some time, how can we support you and your vision as we think about, we have Ravello downtown, we have Cece's Daiquiris downtown. We think about, we want more food, but we also want to live down here. I threaten every week to sell my house and move downtown because I just want to be in the energy of downtown.
Yeah, so when I'm moving here, the first thing I wanted to do was live downtown.
Yeah.
There wasn't a product for me. And so there weren't any kind of condos or things like that that I would be able to buy or purchase to do that. And so we need actually immediately 1,500 more units downtown. And so we've been talking about that with developers and other people because we need more. And so we want in the next 3 years to have 5,000 people living downtown. We're halfway there.
I love that.
5,000 more units. And so that's going to create the synergy we need to get the retail that we need to keep the Ravellos here.
Right.
We've done well with tourism. We're the number one in the state for international tourism. So
That's fantastic.
we do that well, but we need other residents here. We need people here downtown. We need to get a grocery store downtown. So all that hinges on getting the right units and a mix of units downtown. So that's one of the next major things that we're working on. We need people to continue to advocate for that. We need public-private partnerships for that. We need people to have that synergy. But coming down, this tonight is big. So make sure that people are coming downtown for just a normal night.
Right.
Not going to other places, but coming downtown. That's going to help with some of that synergy.
I think this is a perfect segue for you to tell us about Paradigm. What happens in Paradigm? So I drove by one night, saw people outside. Is there a VIP line? Because I don't do outside. Like, how am I going to get inside of Paradigm?
That's a good
Is
question.
there a lounge? Like, how?
So the only difficulty we do have a limited capacity. Our capacity is only 57 on the inside. We do also have tables and chairs for outside, even though you ain't an outside girl. But we do have a
Well, what's
ton
the
of-
vibe? Can I get a section? Like, what's the vibe?
So we haven't been like doing reservations due to our limited capacity, because especially on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we pack out so fast, so it's kind of hard to reserve that. We do have quite a few seats though. I mean, it's 45 seats in there, so all I would say is if you go on the weekend, definitely try to get there early, before 9. But yeah, we really focused on, just the overall aesthetic and the ambiance. We want you to walk in and immediately be blown away by the colors and just how we have everything put together. And I think we've done a great job at accomplishing that. And we play music just loud enough for you to vibe to, but low enough for us to have a conversation, not have to yell at each other. So yeah, it's not a turn up spot by any means. It's a low key, chill, laid back spot. We have food trucks that pull up. I'm trying to get them more through the week, but we always have them on the weekends. There's one there right now. And so we allow them to get food, come in our establishment. But yeah, and we have a custom signature cocktail menu, and we really focus on customer service. You walk in, if you sit down on the couch, a table, wherever you're at, like, you don't have to get up other than to go to the restroom, because of course we can't do that for you. But other than that, we'll come and cater
Almost
to y'all's
everything.
That's up
needs.
next.
So we'll come and cater to y'all's needs. We do hookah as well, and we also do cigars as well, small selection
That's
of
awesome.
cigars.
Yeah,
So
you
That
all
is
do
great.
have a ventilation system,
We do.
which
We
is
do.
huge.
Yeah,
That's huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's huge.
Talk about it, Richard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, you saying that, I think the first time when I visited, they said, like, I mean, I'm a cigar smoker, so when I found out they had the ventilation, it was perfect. Just because I think from a clientele perspective, it
For us girls, like our hair.
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't want all the smoke in the hair, and the fact that you have that ventilation system is big.
Sure.
Absolutely.
I do have one question for you, Brandon. So, as somebody who over the last 4 years has opened up 6 hospitality concepts here downtown, I'm well aware that this development and bringing in residents and high impact jobs, that Frank was talking about, that they want to have a nightlife, a culture to come down to. It's a huge driver for developers building residences, for people moving downtown. For some of the people listening and people in the audience here, what was your reason for choosing Montgomery
That's a
to
good
open a
question.
bar? I know for a lot of people, when they say why Montgomery, why not? But just so people could hear your own reasoning. Why downtown?
So I wasn't born here, but I'm 37 and I've been here since I was 7. So I'm from here. It definitely made me who I am. And there's a kind of a negative thing, like when a lot of people think of Montgomery, they say negative things. Like I know Marche was saying a little bit about it. But I feel like this city has so much potential to be great. I definitely wanted to be downtown, just because there's so much history, and then the tourists and things like that. But yeah, I just like one of my business partners lives in DC, but he's from here, but he wanted to open something up here. We just want to give the city of Montgomery more things to do. And again, I just feel like the city has so much potential to be great, so I definitely want to be a part of it. So.
Right.
So you use a word that's on my board that's in red because of what you're doing. You are part of the momentum of what we're
that's
doing.
good.
So
That's good.
I want to change that perception everywhere. So you come in my office, it says Montgomery has potentials in red and momentum, but you're a part of that and you're a part of that momentum. So I want you to see that you are helping to get us moving. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. If you go to larger markets like Mardi Gras week, so let's just say New Orleans, you ask a bartender there, hey, what should we do this week? You might as well cancel the plans you had because they've booked your whole itinerary out for you, right?
Right.
And so it's about us controlling our own narrative and really being the advocates for our community, and business operators like us joining hands and saying, hey, there's this and this to do. It doesn't matter what you've heard, this is the reality. There is vibrancy, and we have outlets to show it.
Yeah.
This March, downtown Montgomery comes alive like never before. Introducing Open on Dexter, a month-long celebration of creativity, culture, and commerce. We're transforming vacant spaces into dynamic destinations. Pop-up stores featuring local makers, immersive art installations, and live music filling the streets of Lower Dexter. Whether you're a shopper, foodie, art lover, or entrepreneur, this is your invitation to be part of something big. Want in? Download the Open On app by visiting openonmgm.com for exclusive deals, event updates, and insider access to Montgomery's hottest new experience. Join us for Open on Dexter, where Montgomery meets momentum.
Frank, what would you say for other business owners that might be interested in doing something similar to what Brandon has done? What advice would you give them of how to even start, just based off our new plan? What would you say?
Well, I want to be another shameless plug. We have SBOSS.
Yeah.
I think that, and I say that tongue in cheek, but one of the things that we noticed is that we had to help with technical assistance and infrastructure to make sure that people can have what they needed. Particularly when we talk about small businesses, we want to make sure that people have the technical assistance they need, but also the funding they would need to get there. So SBOSS is designed to help with that. So I would say that's one thing, but don't be afraid. Come with your ideas. Let's talk about it. We want to help curate experiences and curate businesses to make sure that downtown is vibrant. We need a variety of businesses. And so talk to us, talk to our office. Let's talk about what's there. But we want to make sure that the businesses are successful. So SBOSS is a part of that. Talking to us and making sure that we're intentional about doing that. We just actually are finishing a study about retail, about what we want downtown, because we need a mix. We need regional and national change, but we also want to make sure that we have small businesses. That's what makes a city exciting. Having that mix to do things. And so we're doing that. So have the conversation, talk to us, and then we'll get it right for you.
So with that, tell us about who is SBOSS for? And I ask that because a lot of people think that SBOSS, is for big businesses and not necessarily the person who wants to open a tire shop or the person who wants a small boutique downtown. Who is SBOSS really for?
Well, SBOSS is for mainly the small businesses. So people who are thinking about starting a business, people who have an idea and we want to help curate them. But also it is for some mid-sized businesses as well. We need to scale businesses. So once you come, we want to have something else for you to do.
Right.
So if you want to start with for you, but we also want to help you scale and get to the next level of that. So SBOSS has a wide range. That's how we envision it. But that's kind of what we're doing.
And I would just add to that, when SBOSS was born, it was the vision of the city and the county to have this one-stop shop where I could walk in, whether I was in ideation or existence or I was ready to scale.
Right.
And you know that in a lot of communities, small businesses, you have a piece over here, you have a piece over there. We want to continue to formulate ourselves as the one-stop shop and your first stop. So if I'm going to start this business, then I need to come here first, get my plan kind of bulletproof. And then from there, I'm going to be taught or be shown in my prescription. I go to the county next for my sales tax. I go here next. A lot of small businesses get frustrated because they stop out. Like, this is too hard. I'm running here, I'm running there. We don't want that to be the issue. Or the business plan is a problem. So when you think about the vibrancy of a downtown, you think about what's missing. What do we need? We need everybody. I really dispel this notion of competition. To grow a community, we need everybody on deck. So whether it's a small bar, big bar, medium-sized bar, we need it all to really accomplish that big vision that we have. And we need the talent. And we don't need our students that graduate from Alabama State, Tuskegee, Auburn to take their talent on the road. We want them to stay here.
You got to retain them.
We have to retain them. And to retain them, we have to show them that it's possible.
Right.
So to your boots on the ground point, to your boots on the ground, we are all boots on the ground. And I love that for us.
So, and I'll dig just a little bit deeper. So my and I have several different segments that I work in, but from a medical standpoint, we are lacking primary care providers or medical providers, period. And so one of the things that happens is
a doctor will come
here for training. What are some of the things that we're doing to retain our medical people here? And does S-Box apply to them as far as them starting practices and businesses here?
Completely.
Yeah, we're thinking about that. So some of the big things when I'm going out to recruit or when others are going out to recruit is education.
Yes.
But healthcare is one of those because people want to be able to, if they're moving their family here,
they want to know
that there is. We are really taking that seriously, both at the city and the county.
Right.
Kind of how we're thinking about where. Part of it is like where they're located.
Right.
So making sure that we have these multi kind of facet places where people can live, work and play. But part of living is kind of where you go to the doctor.
Absolutely.
Those things
Absolutely.
And so future health zones are coming. We're fighting now for a Medicaid expansion. We want that to happen. That's part of the talk and the narrative. And so if you ask how we can help, we need that because we want to make sure that we can retain and pay for these doctors and making sure that we are elevating that. So all that is part of it. It's not exactly a direct job of economic development, but it's a transition.
It's a part of it.
Because
Absolutely.
I can't do anything a lot more without it.
Right. Thank you for that. Thank you.
I just want to say this. I'm hoping that we continue these conversations because if you've never had a centralized resource, Studio 334 can be that for you when it comes to talking about entrepreneurs that are doing things new. I heard about Paradigm like a couple weeks ago, and then I drove by there, and then I was like, oh my goodness. So we feel it. Is there an after party? Because somebody said there's an after party.
For sure. Y'all come in. First round on me.
First round on you tonight.
First round on me.
Okay. Can we give a big shout out to our DJ who has set the tone, this vibe, JQ of Gravity Party? And Frank, I can't thank you enough because it has literally been under your leadership that we have had this momentum. And I know I speak for us on this panel that we're with you. We want to see Montgomery grow. Nights like this, I just feel like the temptation. Nights like this, I wish. Nights like this remind me of why we do what we do. I know we're such. We are. It was a whole movie scene, but why we do what we do. Nick and I had not collaborated before, but I went and had drinks last night because I knew Nick was at work.
Oh, yeah.
And we've known of each other, but we're all really calibrating this community right now. And this is such an amazing time to be alive in Montgomery, Alabama.
Absolutely.
And thank you to Paradigm. I'm excited.
Yes.
We're pulling up.
Oh yeah.
for sure.
Oh,
No
indeed.
lines.
Looking forward to it. No
No
lie.
line.
VIP
No
entrance?
line.
VIP. I got
VIP.
you.
Okay.
Is there a card we could get to flash?
I can give you my business card for sure.
All right.
There we go. Nichole, this
As
is
long as it gets
wanna-
to the front
really want to
line.
bring home before we get out of here.
Yes.
If you got, and not to break the fourth wall on our first episode, but if you got nothing out of segment number 2, downtown Montgomery is open for business.
Open for
Downtown
business.
Montgomery
Yes.
is for you.
Yes.
Yes.
The resources are here. The infrastructure is here. Let's get after it.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I like
That's
that, Nick.
perfect.
I like that because, and I like that we spoke on S-Boss because there are so many people that I hear that they do have the idea.
They're
They do want to
intimidated.
start, but it's
Yeah.
like,
Right.
where do I
It's
go?
hard to
So
go.
being able to
Yes.
tell them to S-Boss now
Yes.
is amazing.
And let me say this: we're at the tail end of Dexter. S-Boss is right up the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can walk in, make your appointment. Small business one-stop shop. Get on the calendar. Get
And
your
it's a cool
prescription.
building.
It's cool. Like
it's cool.
yes, it's cool, and it's in one of Montgomery's most historic buildings. So while we can't handhold and make you do the business plan, we're gonna be right with you
Yeah.
every step of the way,
Yes.
and make sure that that sweat equity is there,
Yeah.
so that we can help you build smart and build for the long ride.
There's the prescription and the plan.
Prescription, yeah.
That's the
Okay,
prescription.
yes.
That's the
That
prescription.
resonated with
It
you.
resonates with
Okay.
me. That's the
Yes.
prescription.
So Frank, we are so excited. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for making sure that we had this platform
Thank you for
tonight.
Great. Thank you.
Paradigm after party.
Oh yeah.
Have the party.
We come to experience it
go.
in a few minutes.
Do it.
Go.
All right. Any closing thoughts? I want to say this. Something we didn't do in the first segment. Let's open it up for the audience because I think we have like
That's a
5
good
minutes.
idea.
5 minutes to open it up for the audience. Any thoughts or questions for our panel tonight?
Oh, come on.
Don't be shy.
Say that again.
For Paradigm, what was the scariest part about
Mm.
You said what was the scariest part about opening up a business in Montgomery? To be honest, and I'm not trying to sound cocky by any means, but stuff like, I don't know, it wasn't scary at all to me. I just feel like, you know, life is about taking risks, and I always said like, hey, like, you know, I've always wanted to do this, so I'd much rather, you know, do it and fail, and you know, than knowing that I didn't ever attempt it in my life. So I don't really think it was anything about being scared about doing it. I think it was just about actually taking the initiative to do it, because like they were saying, there are a ton of steps that can be, you know, kind of make you feel like, oh, this is too much, let me stop doing it. But it's definitely well worth it. Like I said, just you know, any advice I give, you know, the younger generation or whoever wants to start a business is, if you want it, just go for it, because you'll never know, you know, what you can do if you don't actually, you know,
That's right.
go for your goals and
Let me
dreams.
let
So,
me add this. One thing that I've noticed about our community, and not even noticed but experience, we put each other on, like in a major way.
Absolutely.
We put each other
Absolutely.
on, meaning so we know that Paradigm, you're a facility, you're a vibe, you're a nightlife, we're coming.
Mhm.
If you get a business and we know it, I can
Right.
swear to you, if
That's
you
gotta be
legit now,
supported.
if you raggedy, we kind of be like, okay,
Right.
in a few months,
Right.
after you've been to S-Boss.
Kinked out.
Right.
But if
we
you
come.
are solid, we support very hard.
yeah, the sport has been great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's good to hear.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's a great.
Take the
great thing.
chance. Bet on yourself and
Yeah.
we'll bet on you.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Any other thoughts, questions?
what's your favorite Montgomery restaurant?
Oh, we're going down the road?
Favorite Montgomery restaurant? Frank, hit me with it. Don't let me down.
Don't let him
Don't
down,
let me down,
Frank.
Frank.
No pressure. No pressure.
Oh my gosh. You know, I'm gonna pass. I don't.
Why you gonna ask that man that?
Wow.
He's an economic developer.
He can't pick. He's got all these children,
I guess.
and he can't.
Absolutely.
Can't pick
Good
one.
answer,
I
Frank.
know in your heart of
That's
hearts,
right.
I know
That's
what
a
the
good
answer
answer.
is. I think downtown, my favorite. Is, I'm not that guy. Honestly, if you guys haven't had the Italian beef dipped at Oliver's that just opened up,
Y'all did.
First.
Oliver's is
We know
right.
all the
Oh my
restaurants.
goodness!
Yeah, right.
Really?
Right here, up Court Street.
Court Street.
Yeah, in where Cahaba House used to be.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So
I just
owner's
saw
name
it.
is Mike Oliver.
Okay.
Italian hot dogs. Italian hot dogs. Italian
Give me your
everything
cup.
for me, guys.
It's like I
Everything for me,
randomly
guys.
blurted out Brandon.
Yeah. Chicago hot dogs, Italian beef sandwiches.
Got
It's
it.
fantastic. I think they're open Monday through Friday. Don't think it's 10:30. 11 to 3:30. But you gotta go. It's fantastic. That's my favorite spot right now.
Oh,
my,
wow.
my middle child's name is Oliver, and I think it's his favorite restaurant too. So
I'll put that on my
This
list.
is good
Yeah.
to
This
know.
is good stuff.
there you go.
Good stuff.
Nicole, what about you?
I'm vintage here.
That's fine. You can go to Cloverdale if you want to.
I'm vintage here
They're
and La
friendly, too.
Jolla's sometimes,
La Jolla's great.
only because it's by my house. And I will say this, if you have not gotten on Open on Dexter, get the app,
Yeah.
go to the website, because as we curate this month-long experience, activities, events, this music out here,
Right.
you need to know what's happening. You talked about AI chat.
oh yeah,
We have Open on Dexter.
oh yeah.
But to your point, I'll try Oliver's, but I am such a La Jolla and a vintage year girl.
Okay.
But I came to see you
Neither-
last
You
night.
did, but neither one of those places are open for lunch. So your new lunch spot
Facts.
should be out.
Facts. Facts.
Joe? Where are you eating?
Well, and not just because you're sitting here. Ravello is one of my favorites. It's the ambience.
It's the
Um,
oysters.
It's the oysters, and I think every now and then the sea bass is delicious.
Yeah.
But I also love vintage year. So those two are
Yeah.
probably my favorite spots because I'm kind of just boring. I do the same thing over and over
Yeah.
again, and so it's like, oh, we're gonna
Not
go eat.
boring.
This is no, not you, me.
No.
I just go. I frequent
Yeah.
the same places.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Richard,
Richard, what about you?
I'm gonna go with a big three.
Big
I
three.
can't give you
Yeah.
one.
Spread the love.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Spread the
go.
love, bro.
Of course, Ravello, my boy Nico. I love Ravello.
Mushroom pasta.
La Jolla, and then I can't get away from them all flat lemon peppers at Brand's. And the fried catfish.
Talk about
Yes.
Yeah, so I got
About
that's my three. I
That's a
circulate.
good
So
one.
Friends is a legend in this community.
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brand's
Truly a
is a
legend.
legend.
Yeah, that's
Did
my
you say
three.
flats?
All flats, lemon pepper.
So I like lemon pepper wet.
All
No,
flats, lemon pepper.
medium lemon pepper wet.
Ranch or
There
blue
you go.
cheese?
Yeah.
None.
Ranch.
Do not eat ranch at all.
Come on.
No,
I don't eat chicken. So I
don't eat buffalo sauce. Don't pull my card.
Like, are you
None of that.
serious?
Dead serious.
No ranch.
All flats, lemon pepper.
It
Then
sounds
fried
like-
catfish, extra crispy.
I've never had the fried catfish. I'm gonna have to try it. But Richard, it sounds like you're one of those guys who's allergic to mayo but loves eggs.
Hate eggs and mayo.
Okay, you've been here long enough to have
Yeah,
your
it's
top
funny
two.
that I was literally gonna say. So I'm a very simple guy when it comes to food. I love food, but I'm very simple. So I was literally gonna say Brand's Wings. As much as I'm down here, I go to the one here downtown quite often. Well, I go to the one down here. I've been to the one on Bell Road quite a few times, but the Sweet Heat wings from there are really, really good. But then also, like I said, we do have quite a few food trucks pull up, and my favorite one so far has been Leon from Bayou Turkey. I don't know if y'all have ever had that. He's from New Orleans, but yeah, I
Eric
tried-
Nettleson.
Yeah, Eric.
I've never heard of
I've
him.
tried it. He has like loaded potatoes. So I tried a seafood baked potato, and then I also had a New York strip and broccoli pasta.
Ooh.
Really,
does
really
he,
good.
Does he only have a food truck?
I think so.
When's the next time you have him booked to Paradise?
We actually have him for a day party on the 16th.
There you
Okay.
go.
March 16th?
Uh,
Okay.
Okay.
Can anybody come?
Yes.
All right.
And we skip the line.
Skip
Yeah,
the
we-
the line.
VIP every time.
With our
Because
VIP
that is a priority.
That's right.
Any closing thoughts before we wrap up tonight?
I would just say that downtown is the heartbeat, and the growth of the whole city hinges on the growth here.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so we're not just, when we're growing downtown, we're not just thinking about this, we're thinking about Montgomery as a whole. But that's how cities grow. And we just need everybody, and I just want to say thank you to you guys, but we want to keep pressing forward. I am a competitive person, and we're gonna win. I don't wanna hear anything.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's it.
Let's
Thank you.
go.
Let's do it.
We're
Let's do
gonna
it.
win here.
That's
in
right.
Montgomery,
Right.
and come all the way to Philadelphia for nothing.
There you go.
That part.
You know, and one thing that I want to say, I think it's so great that we have such a collaboration of minds here in the city.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we really have some talent
Yeah.
here, and
Yeah.
I'm just here for it and ready to see things progress. So,
And we talk about collaboration, but we also talk about diversity of thought. So we got a
Right.
contractor, we got a medical person, entrepreneur, restaurateur, all the things in our economic development. We can't do anything but win right now.
that's it.
So, and to this amazing audience, thank you for joining us tonight. Again, this is new. This is the first time we've ever done this. Major shout out to Jennifer Anderson, Access Montgomery, Kalanji Gilchrist, raise your hand. He's like, I'm trying to make sure you're staying on track. Ashley Jernigan, Hospitality, JB, and Map 360. And for you, we couldn't do this without you. You all come
Absolutely.
back. We'll be back here on the 28th. Am I correct? The 28th?
28th.
We only get better, but you can say that you were at the inaugural Map 360.
Map 360
Studio 334. Yes.
334.
DJ, will you take us on? Drop it
DJ.
like it's hot.
Am I dancing?
Thank you
We're
all
doing
so
snake.
much. Yes.
That's all I
It's a
got.
wrap. Joe can't dance.
That's all I got.
Joe is a body roll.
I love
Ah.
y'all two been friends.
Yeah.
I know y'all two been around each other.
We can go 80 citizens.
Oh yeah, I can tell you.